Hello there.
Hi everybody, we're back again.
How are we all doing today? Listen, just want to give a shout out to everyone who's commented and subscribed. We really appreciate that.
Thanks especially to the ladies who have come over from my own YouTube channel, which is not related to this subject. But thank you for being here.
It's gotten us off to a nice start. I want to say a little bit about what you're going to see today. This one's a little different. This is not a how-to or an instructional. Now, I'm taking a class as part of my program in assistive technology for people with multiple disabilities. One of the course assignments was that everybody in the class has to check out a wheelchair and go out into the community in the chair and do something of interest to them. We went out for ice cream.
It was a lot of fun.
It was very good ice cream. And while doing that, think about and reflect on principles of accessibility and universal design. That's kind of what that assignment was getting at. Our videographer today is a certified orientation and mobility specialist. You know, orientation and mobility is basically teaching folks who are blind or visually impaired the skill sets and techniques they need for independent travel in whatever environment they find themselves in. Most of us have had O&M for many, many years. This particular person, and thank you to you, by the way.
Yes, thank you. You did a great job.
She had so much fun. This particular person is a class instructor of another class of mine. She actually saw me carrying this wheelchair out of my class building because I was going to do the sim later that night. And she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I have to do this assignment. It's a wheelchair simulation." And she said, "I want to see that." She's like, "No, I want to video that." And so that is this video.
And before we show you what we did, we do just want to point out that we both have a very good understanding of the fact that a simulation does not necessarily represent real life.
No.
And also, real life is very, very, very individualized.
Mm-hmm.
So we understand that there are many people who really dislike simulations, and that's okay. If you are one of those people with strong feelings about simulations, we do understand, and just ask that you be polite and remember that this was required for a class.
Last but not least, I apologize in advance to any watchers who are blind or visually impaired. There is not quite as much verbalization in this video as there was in my last, but this is a very different type of video, and there's still plenty of verbal commentary. I think you're going to have fun with this. So with no further ado, let's roll.
Okay, so here we are at Ollie's, and Brad is doing a simulation of somebody who uses a wheelchair, and Brad is also totally blind, so let her rip. And here he is positioning the wheelchair, leaving almost no space to get out, and tipping the chair.
Will you send me these videos afterward?
Yeah, yeah, okay. So now we have to maneuver the chair and watch out for that thing that's going to be at some point helpful in you getting leverage, but right now it's going to poke you in the back. There you go. All right, so he's got the chair lined up.
More or less.
Yep, in position to slide back into place while I stand behind to make sure the chair doesn't tip. It's hard to know what to help you protect. Falling backward or knocking your head. And he's in. Congratulations. That was pretty good. All right. So now he's in his wheelchair.
And I'm using my feet to control the chair because I'm not simulating total paraplegia, but perhaps somebody with severe CP, other kinds of motor difficulties or extreme balance issues who might be able to make very limited use of their feet, but who might not be able to either stand or walk long distances. So I feel like this is a legit simulation insofar as any simulation is legit, which is a good question.
Yeah. All right. So out come the legs. And I just want to put it on record. Yes, I am a comms. No, I'm not on duty. I'm actually tonight a videographer. Okay, so I'm going to stop for now. Here we go with the dueling lightsaber canes.
Don't break it.
No, they're sturdy.
Well, don't hit me.
Well, don't do anything with it that you wouldn't do with a regular white cane, aside from like collapse or colliding with your partner. Yeah, there you go. Good versus evil. Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker. There we go.
Okay.
Action.
Okay, so here's the curb, here's the left wheel. Any veering to the left is going to spill me face first into the parking lot. Let's try to avoid that.
That's right.
So the door is somewhere around there.
You can assume that. That doesn't mean that it will be.
True. So I'm going to have to double check that.
Yep.
And I'm going to
Nice trailing.
trail with both hand and aim and investigate. What we have going on here. Don't recommend another blind person try this without excellent spatial orientations.
Okay, so now you've encountered something.
It looks like a crowd control bearing.
You're exactly right. It appears that, just an FYI, you on a busy day could order from a window that's on, of course, the restaurant side, but it's because it's a little bit chilly tonight. They're not super crowded. That appears to be closed. So now you're in a conundrum because
I have a clearance problem.
yes.
And I do not believe that there is enough clearance between this pole and the edge of this curb to accommodate this chair.
Correct.
So, difficult though it might be, I'm going to try to squeeze through.
Okay, let's give that a try.
Please be careful.
There's always the option of
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
adapting my environment to suit my particular.
Yep.
And if I am a considerate, totally blind wheelchair user,
Whoa. All right.
now we'll repeat the process.
Very good.
And maneuver with a slight leftward turn, though not too far, and use a little improv cane technique to make sure that we're really not going too far.
Yep.
This was actually a really good idea. Now where? There.
Yep.
Again, because I am a somewhat considerate blind
But just somewhat.
wheelchair user.
Okay.
Somewhat considerate.
All right.
Now I see what looks like a right-hand turn here. Do I want to make it? I assume
You do if you want to order any ice cream. Oh, sorry, frozen custard.
How long did it stay like that?
Here's a single regular cone and a hot cookie sundae.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I'm guessing based on what I'm hearing that people order from somewhere.
It looks like perhaps where, I'm not sure if it's just this window that's open because they're closing it because it's kind of cold. But this is where the last person picked up their order.
But
So
we want to go inside.
there is no inside.
There is no inside.
There's outside seating and order here from the window.
Okay.
Yep.
From this
And then, yeah.
Well, I am going to be a considerate southern blind wheelchair user and say ladies first.
Oh, how nice of
So-
you. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.
Something ice cream is that what it's called?
Videoing, I guess.
That's in quarts and pints. We have vanilla, chocolate, and amaretto today.
Okay. What do you do? Anything mint?
Yes, we have like a mint chocolate chip sundae, or not sundae, but you can get it as like a blast or a shake if you like.
What's the difference between a blast and a shake? I couldn't figure out what a blast is.
So a blast is like, have you ever had a Dairy Queen blizzard?
Yes.
It's just like that.
Okay. I think I'll make it a large shake
Okay.
with extra mint. And then I'll take a large Coke. And these ladies are on my ticket.
That shake, did you want it a quart size or just a regular size?
Just a regular size. I'm crazy, but
But we don't want to blizzard. So the hot fudge sundae, the vegan Sprite, the Rocky Road sundae with whipped cream, and extra mint chocolate chunk shake. And you said you wanted a large.
Just exploring the counter there, I see. Yeah, she's got a screen to talk through, and then she's going to open up that door there. He's going to pay right at this counter. I'm invisible tonight, so you have to. Yes, you have to do everything.
You were perfect to help with this assignment.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So.
Ordinarily, I would offer to
Do you know where the napkins are? Do you need them here?
Huh?
The napkins? Do you know where they are?
Oh, right.
So now the question is, would you like to sit on the bench and transfer out, or you could come to the end? It's like a picnic table, so you could come to the end to your left and just pull on up.
I suspect that in this kind of environment, I would probably opt to stay in the chair, especially since there's no back support.
True enough.
My legs' ability to support my free sitting weight probably limit.
Yeah.
That's probably wise.
So, yeah, watch out for that sign thing there. And with that comes a sign that may or may not be at head level. I am.
You're going to be just as happy as I was when I got my ollies.
Yes. Very good. So this is going to take some real puzzle solving here to get at the correct angle to get through there.
Problem solving blind people this morning? Let's see.
Yeah.
You're very patient.
Thank you.
What about me?
I wasn't saying that. I mean, they're going to play towards you.
I know. But am I patient?
Yes.
You haven't thrown in the towel. Yeah. There you go. Watch your fingers on your right hand. Yes. Good. Good, 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 good.
I think this is probably a really good night for this.
I think so. It got really busy right after we ordered.
But it's not hot enough to melt the...
I will not be able to slide the arms of the chair under the table, so
No,
this will
so-
have to do, and I will lock the brakes because I'm on a downslope.
Okay.
Some of the wheelchairs...
And cut. So find your curb.
Huh? Would you like me to?
There you go. You got it. All right. Approaching the car door. I think I have it unlocked. I guess you'll find out. All right. Whoops. I'm tripping on the lawn here. Okay. Gravity might close that. Nope. You got it. So this is Brad getting back into the car. First trying to fold his cane. That should be the easiest part of it. Yet watch him struggle. And cane in on the floor. And now he's just positioning his wheelchair to what seems like a logical position based on our zero knowledge of doing this.
Maybe 0.05.
Okay. Your one other experience doing this, which was an hour ago. Okay, I'm getting on your left side. Way to clear the seat and get the little lever to get some leverage. Now watch your hip so that thing doesn't budge much. And your head, because it is a compact car. Nice!
Nicer than the first time.
Yeah. Very good. All right. And cut.
So that was a very informative, very fascinating experience. I feel like I learned a great deal, especially about how I could adapt a cane technique to my wheelchair. Now, when we got home, we talked about the fact that the building we live in does not follow universal design principles. A person in a wheelchair couldn't get past the first floor. A person in a wheelchair could not live in this building unless they lived on the first floor. And this building is less than 10 years old. The other thing I want to mention is that I turned the wheelchair in the next day in my afternoon class. So since I had it with me, I spent the first half of the next day under simulation and did everything from using the restroom to getting a soda under wheelchair simulation.
What do you think what is the biggest thing that you took away from this experience?
Well, ever since I was young, I had asked my O&M instructors things like, how would I navigate if I were in a wheelchair? What would I need to do? And I got various answers, but what I really wanted was the answer to that question. How would I, Brad, do it? You know? And it was just really, really interesting to see my environment from that position, you know, sitting down in a chair, having to use the cane to judge the clearance of the chair instead of just me having to think about how to get past that crowd control barrier that you saw there. I really had to think that through and look at it, and you know, my instructor who was with us was perfectly willing to just let me sit there and think it out, and that was invaluable to me.
Do you feel like this simulation actually taught you anything about what it would be like to be a wheelchair user?
I think it taught me a great deal about how I might be a wheelchair user. There are many, many, many reasons someone might be in a chair. There are many, many different kinds of chairs. So I don't want to say too much in the way of general statements, I guess I would say, but I was beginning to adapt quite successfully by the end. I had figured out how to get up and down a hole and zoom around using the cane to trail. Going to the restroom was really interesting. We're not going to talk about that. So I feel like for me and my disabilities and my own sense of orientation and mobility, I learned a great deal. I think I know what kind of chair I would want if I had to have one, and it would not be that one.
So in the future, if you work with someone who is in a wheelchair, or you have a friend who is in a wheelchair, do you think that this experience will increase your understanding of how they do things?
Yes, I do, especially when it comes to accessibility, environmental accessibility, universal design, that sort of thing. I think what makes a good simulation is that you know, having a plan, being prepared. There was a lot of preparation that went into this that is not on the camera. And having the right mindset. You know, I didn't go into it going, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? No, I always assume that whatever I want to know about is done. Whenever I ask, how do people with X disability do this? I always assume that it's being done. I just want to know the hows.
Right.
And so I came out of it very much more informed, I feel, than I was before.
Well, awesome.
Yeah,
and I think I did too. I mean, I can be a bit of a hoverer, and so, you know, being there to be a part of this and see this kind of helped me realize that I don't have to be. And
well, if I just rolled over your foot, you wouldn't hover.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you take something away from this as well, and that you at least had some good laughs. We did.
And tune in next time to Success Without Sight.
Woohoo! Bye, guys.